Good day, everyone. So, we are here in our chapter 11 lesson all about communication in relationship, marriages, and family. So, by the way, I am Gerald Hernandez together with my co-reporter Angeline Escarpe. So, we all want good relationship, ones that we can trust to continue in supportive ways. So, nowadays, young adults, so we observe that young adults hope to develop loving, caring, ongoing relationship with others, while middle-aged family members, they are hoping to maintain positive relationship with their loved ones while they are facing a lot of challenges. Example, ana is problems about unsa ang ilang ibutang nga pagkaon sa lamisa or other problems like how they will get their students to school. And also, older adults, nag-face po sila, they focus on maintaining already kung unsa ilahang na-establish nga bonds with their partners, friends, or other family members. So we all know that families are powerful environment. So virtually, nowhere else ato ang society na walay susama sa family which nag-provide or na capacity to support, to love, to comfort, to reassure, na sometimes I hate, na I hurt, but we are still family. So although daghan ang mga conflict na gina-face sa mga partners or mga couples sa relationship, sa mga natural na mga conflict, but by developing positive communication skills, it can help the family members to resolve conflict in constructive ways. So in this chapter, we will emphasize the importance of communicating affection as well as addressing conflict in positive way. So we have here the chapter outline. It's all about the characteristic of cohesive families, communication and couple satisfaction, stress, coping, and conflict in relationship. John Gottsman's research about couple communication and conflict management, working through conflicts in positive ways, and there are 10 guidelines towards better couple and family communication. So, and to begin, we will look at the characteristic of cohesive family. So, according to research, there are many Americans believe that their marriages and family relationship are closer today than in the past. So they believe that ang stronger bonds ilang family is mas closer karon na generation kaysa sa past. And family cohesion, closeness, or togetherness, it is defined as the emotional bonding that couples and family members have toward one another. So a couple or family can have too much cohesion or too little cohesion. So too much cohesion, other term is an enmeshed couple or family. So kanin sa enmeshed families di ay. So all things are discussed openly sa mga kaning family, but nothing is off limits. So during a family, they can express kung sa ilahang na feel, they can write anything they want, and however, parents who talk about money, like sa enmeshed families ni siya, so family nga, kana bitong they mag-talk sila about money atubangan silang anak, mag-away sila atubangan sa anak, like nasa pagkaunan mag-away, and it can cause worry or upset sa ilahang nga anak. So naana diha lang enmeshed family. So or too much cohesion. So on the other hand, the too little cohesion, or shall we say the other term is that families who are disengaged or disconnected. So diri nga parts of family, a family may share too little or dili kay sila open sa ilang family, like if they have problems makastorya siya gamay ra but not totally the information because maybe they are shy or they're nervous about sharing what's bothering to them. So in these families in disengaged or disconnected, children may feel pressure to keep family secrets such as physical or emotional abuse. So in case ang student or ang isa ka bata, if they feel like abuse sila, like they are bullied ba ron sa school or they have problem personally, they can na dili sila maka-express sa ilang family, sa ilang siblings, ilang mama because they are afraid also to being judged. So naay nagbabag nila sa ilang kaugalingon. So mana siya ang disengaged or disconnected family. So the negative effect, example of bullying, sa kana example, if ang bata kay bullyhon, it can by communicating sa kana nga bata, it can listen sa unsay nakapabug-at sa ilang gibati or they can listen what's bothering them. So expert advise a balanced level of cohesion. So ang question one, that combines a reasonable and mutually satisfying degrees of emotional bonding. So in this chapter 11, we will use the term family cohesion to refer to a balanced degree cohesion, neither enmeshed, na kung gimension ganiha, enmeshed nor disengaged or disconnected. So before going further, we should recognize that for sa mga different families and for families na ay different races, ethnicities, the definition sa balance with regard sa family cohesion kay mag-vary sa lain-lain. So if a couple or family's expectation or subcultural group norms support more extreme or cohesion levels, families can function well as long as the family members desire the family to function. Various individuals or group have their own ideas kung unsa ang strong family. But according to this research of Next Tenets, help to advance ideas about what the couple or family cohesion or what makes the family closer or together. So in general, Stennett's family constructed their lives in ways that it enhanced the family relationship. So instead of drifting into relationship habits by default, they made knowledgeable choices, and each member of the family play an active part in carrying out family's commitment. So each family members have the active participation in conveying the family commitment. So when Stannett made his observation, the following 6 qualities stood out. So first is the appreciation for one another, have a high degree of commitment, arrange personal schedules. Number 4 is able to deal positively with crisis. 5 is have some spiritual orientation. And number 6, have positive communication patterns. So the first one is appreciation for one another. So both verbally and non-verbally, they expose their appreciation of one another, like build each other up psychologically. So appreciation for oneself, for example, if imong igsuon kay if she or he did something na like for example elementary pa imong manghud and she kana na siya na achieve something, you should appreciate and kana bitaw imong i-praise baron siya imong tagaan o kanang pasidungog or value ang iyaha nga achievement para sa ma-feel nila nga they are value, so ma-feel nila nga they are kanang belong sa inyong family. So second is have a high degree of commitment. So members of cohesive families, members sa kaning cohesive families had high degree of commitment. So families like this can they create shared family identity and reality, that they can share their beliefs, their ideas, their opinions, that they are open kung unsang ilang ang about sa ilang kaugaling, that they can open up sa imuha or sa imong family. So the third one is arrange personal schedule. So it's very important to take time for our families, for especially sa couples, especially sa mga parents nga nag-work. It's very important na mag-spend of time sa mga bata. Like bisan kadyot lang, like dinner time, importante a Filipino culture, it's valuable kay sa tuwa na magkaol atong mama, atong papa, atong mga igsoon, kompleto kayo sa pag-unan. So, dinner time together is important to family cohesiveness. And to also by having a dinner time together, if naatay time sa atong family, it can create positive growth sa kabata and kana makago o ma-develop ayaha nga behavior into positive way. So, na having celebrations like holidays, birthdays, or other kanang mga time nga pwede nga maka-go together ang families, so it can help jud na mag-grow pa ang relationship sa ka-family. So according to Stennett's study, di ay na members sa strong families arrange their personal schedule so that they could do things together. So just for example, I know someone and he is a pastor, and bisan pa busy kayo yung schedule, like adto siya sa kadinga adlaw, Monday, morning yang adtoon sa Martes, lain na po yung schedule, but even though in ana ka-hectic ilang schedule, he still managed to set aside time for his family to para sa dili sa nawala ang ilang communication sa family so that ma-build ang ilang relationship. But sad to say, na ay mga families karon na wala kayo time sa ilang mga anak, wala time silang asawa, wala time silang bana, it's because they are too busy to pagpangita og kwarta, they are too busy kung unsa man ilang nakabisihan. So if both parents kay busy sila, wala sila time silang mga anak, wala sila schedule, di sila kagahit og schedule silang anak, it is a challenge gyud sa family to spend time together. So number 4 is able to deal positively with crisis. So crisis. So Stennett found that strong families were able to deal positively with crisis. So family members were able to see something good in a bad situation, even if it was just a gratitude that they have each other and could face the crisis together. So, nahirajud ang feeling if we have family na mo support nato, family nga magdamay nato, and in times of problems, in times of difficulties in our life, like problema baron sa kanang bayranan, eskwelahan, that you can like maka-share ka sa imong family. So by doing that, it can create closer bonds together. So if sa ka family, if nasa rin mga problems, na dili lang kay ang mama rin mo sobad, ang papa rin mo sobad, kung dili tanan sila magasobad sa mga problem. Like, kung unsa man na kadako ang problema, wala imposible masubad gid na if magtinabangay ang tibuok nga family. So the fifth one is have some spiritual orientation. So it was not necessarily jud na dapat pagka-members sa kanang organized religion. So technically, these families had a hopeful attitude toward life. So having a personal relationship with God is very important. Well, according to sa study ni Stan at sa iyang observation. So, lahira dyan no, if I know someone that I am working student when I was in senior high school. So, dito sa akong workingan, ang mga bata is nagtubugid sila nga they have spiritual activeness, like nasa like connection sa Ginoo. And lahira dyan ang family or ang mga bata, mga children karon or family karon nga na ay pagtuo sa Ginoo, like in times imagine ang imuhang bana like may problema, like imong bana kay tungod sa inyong problema wala na kaya niya, wala man siya belief, wala man siya kanang pagtuo sa Ginoo. So instead na moduo siya sa Ginoo to solve that problem, that person kina possibility nga moadto sa laing tawo, moadto sa laing nag-inom baron or unsa pa na iyang buhaton nga it can cause more problems pa. But if the couple or the family is having a personal relationship with God, instead na maadto siya sa laing tawo to mag-inom, to share iyang problems, like makakos siya, makapuno lang sa problems, that person, kung naa siya personal relationship sa Ginoo, instead na maadto siya, magpahilayo siya sa family, they will kneel down together, they will pray to God, and they will ask for guidance to solve that problem. So instead na mapunan ang problema, they will both the family will both handle the problem by iduol nga to sa Ginoo. So it's very important na na-joy spiritual orientation ang family. So the sixth one is have positive communication patterns. So these families have positive communication patterns. So members sa family like this talk with like Mr. Hanay, maminaw sa usa-usa, like they will convey. So by listening and also talking sa family member, it can convey respect and interest. Like for example, like, nice kayo sa feeling nga, itong maminaw ka, na kung ikaw ang musulti, paminawang sad ka, like, ma-feel din mo nga you are respected and they are willing or na-interest to listen sa imo ha. So sa kaning nga family, they confirm, validate, and accept one another. So, nice kayo if we have these 6 qualities of family cohesion. Children, family cohesion, and unresolved conflicts. Yes. So in a study, according to study, in which researcher observed if, for example, if ang usa ka lalaki, like nagtubo siya sa family nga risky ang background, like mati ang background, nagtubo siya nga walay family supervision, kulang sa pagtagal sa family, and it can display negativity towards a future family or sa future partner pohon. But if ang usa ka bata or usa ka adolescent who enjoyed greater parental support and supervision sa parents, like nagtubo siya nga na ay proper guidance sa parents as usa ka bata, so he or she will experience less relationship conflict. Like magtubo siya nga naa siya awareness kung unsa ang dapat buhaton isip usa ka future adolescent. So if a child kay naa siya one or more siblings and they are close enough, like bond na sa right time to bonding together, it can create a positive associated with healthy development sa usa ka bata. Like layo siya sa mental problem like trauma, anxiety, like naa siya freedom to express himself, dili siya maulaw, and also having nga nata igsuon nga kanatong kasultian nato, close nato, it's nice kayo sa paminaw jud. It can also affect quality of sibling relationship. So however, a climate of unresolved marital conflict, labi na naay parental depression sa family, ay mga conflict, So it can create or it can impact the children's emotional insecurity. Like if magtubo ang sa kabata in a negative family or risky family background, they will become anxious about the future. So it can create externalizing and internalizing behavior problem. So when we say externalizing behavior problem, mga siyang aggression towards others or breaking the rules or acting out. So naay mga bata nga we all know that ang mga bata lain-lain sila og mga behavior. May bata nga ipat kaayo, may bata nga hiluman kaayo. So maybe because naay background or naay history nga sa kabata, maybe that child, ikanang mga aggressive kayo nga bata, like kusog kayo manghilabot, like ilang behavior. So maybe because ang iyang na siya family background, nagtubo siya sa negative na family, like walay ka na proper guidance sa family, like kulang sa pagtagad or attention sa pamilya. And internalizing behavior problem, mo na siya ang emotional or psychological problem na makakos sa usa ka bata. Like makafeel sila, magtubo sila ng anxiety, na depression, like pressure, anxious, like ma-develop ang ilang negative sa ilang hunahuna. Like it can cause the negative jud sa kanang behavior or development sa usa ka bata. Then first one is negative overt, which is nag-involve niya siya sa parental behavior kanang magsyagitanay sa family, like instead na ilang kosen kay love baro, mapa, dili na nila itawag. So, itawagan na nila ilang ngalan, magsinggitanay na sila. Imagine, magsinggitanay sila at tubangan sa lamisa na yung mga anak. So, it can cause jud ng negative effects sa kabata. That's why, naay bata na magatubo na kanang bati nga nga kinaiya or magkinaiya sila nga negative just because sa family background. So, mo to siya ang negative overt. And the second one is the negative covert for parental conflict style. So, kani siya nga kaning covert, kani bitong if mag-away ang both parents, papilion ang anak asa siya mulaban sa mama ba or sa papa. So naa may ana no the toxic Filipino culture na na jud na ang kalikayan na jud ana nga mga parents, papilion ang anak asa siya mulaban. And napoy time na if ang mama na siya isulti nga message sa ngadto siyang bana, suguon niya ang anak dapat unta ang mama ang musulti sa iyang bana. But ganito niya ang bata, iyang anak, to relay the message sa iyang husband just because that mother or that father refused to communicate sa iyang partner. And sa diha nga part, maapektuhan pod ang bata. Communication and couple satisfaction. So, a pivotal task for all couples is to balance each partner's need for autonomy with the simultaneous need for intimacy, togetherness, and support. So couples also differ in their attitudes towards conflict. An unhappy relationship have some common features, and that is less positive and more negative verbal or non-verbal communication. Like for instance, mo refuse baron ang iyang partner to smile or like mas mugot or during sa conflict ay magtutukanay. So when couples interactions align with their ideologies and expectation, ay mo increase ang satisfaction. But if dili ma-align or mismatch gani, it can lead to frustration and dissatisfaction. So effective communications have couple navigate these dynamics and build a fulfilling relationship. So this type of support needed for long-term union satisfaction. So it include po na sa relationship and asking for something or offering validation sa feelings of sagusa and asking or understanding each other's feelings. It's very important to consider feelings sa partner. So and next, four types of marital relationship. So first one is the warm or friendly relationship. So in this relationship, nasa high on signs of love and affection, but low ang antagonism. So usa ning antagonism. So ang antagonism di ay it's a behavior or attitude that undermine or challenge the relationship. So mo na siya sa warm relationship or the friendly relationship. Again, na siya high sign of love and affection while low sa antagonism. So the second one is the tempestuous or stormy shell relationship. So sa kani, high siya both affection and antagonism. While ang kaning bland or empty shell, kasi kanang opposite siya sa tempestuous. So, low on affection o sa antagonism. So again, ang kaning stormy kay high siya both affection and antagonism, while ang kaning bland or empty shell kay low both affection and antagonism. While on the other hand, the hostile or distress, kay low sa love and affection, pero high sa antagonism. Like opposite siya sa warm or friendly. So ang warm or friendly relationship, it is best filled the primary function of providing emotional security. While ang kaning tempestuous or bland empty shell, called ni siya as a mixed blessing relationship. So the next one is the couple conflicts. Conflict in a couple or family is a natural way good because by having conflicts in family, it can strengthen or grow like mas mailapan nila ang usa-usa, like they can express ilang feelings, they can express ilang concerns, and they will both solve that problem together. So having a conflict, it's a natural ra. So by if naatay conflict, we should not moadto sa laing tawo para mo kana bitong magtabi-tabi, magchika, i-chismis. So instead of moadto ka sa imong friend, like i-share nimo imong personal life, like if na kay personal life or na may problems sa imong partner, dapat inyo ka na. So kamo ang naghimo sa problem. So dapat kamo ra pud ang mag-solve sa problem because nana ninyo nga partner inyo ka nang duha walay labot ang lain nga tawo ana. So you should the one or kamo both couples should address that problem or issues. 10 rules for successful relationship. So the first one, express love verbally. So it's very important to express their love or sa usa ka couple sa ilang nga love sa ilang partner verbally. So by expressing love through saying I love you, I miss you, so sa inana nga part, it can build strong bond together sa mao nga couple. So the second one is be physically affectionate. So like, for example, this like giving hugs and kisses. Like sa kung mag-uyab pa kay sweet kaayo no. So dapat if sa mag-uyab sweet, mas more pa nga mas sweet pa sila sa pagkasa kami niyon. So showing your love or their love physically by touching that person, like ihag baron, like holding hands, like even sa public, like, dapat dili maulaw to hold your partner's hand. So it's showing your love towards that person physically. So the third one is express appreciation and admiration. So by expressing yourself toward your partner, so toward your couple, if the couple would they will express themselves like unsa ilang feel, like unsa ilahang mga likes, i-enjoy, unsa dislike nila, listen with interest, it can help being a successful relationship. So the next one is share more about yourself with your partner than with other person. So be always available for each other. Like you should magahinji ka og time para na may time together na mag-bond sa imo nga partner even though hectic imo nga schedule. So in times of illness, difficulties, or crisis, you should be the one na naasa side sa imo nga partner. And the fifth one, offer each other emotional support. So it's very important not to offer emotional support. Like it's very nice food if imo nga partner is na ay emotional intelligence. So like sending flowers or writing cards or give presents sa imo nga yung mga partner, sa sila nga part, it can boast their confidence, like naa sa like healthy mindset na it means nga if you're doing that thing sa ilaha, like even minute na mo, mga tagyapon ka ay bulak, it can cause o kanang clear sa ilaha nga huna-huna. So the next one is express your love materially. So the next one is the accept partner's demands and put up with partners. So, always be kind to your partner and family. So, we all know that every one of us kinain mga lain-lain na struggles and we should understand the feeling of sa inyong mga partner. So, make time to be alone together. So, again, as I said, dapat importante kayo no nga na ay time together. So by allowing yourself na mag-spend time together sa imong mga partner or sa inyong mga family, it can strengthen pagyud sa inyong mga panaghiusa. And do not take the relationship for granted. So it's very important to take this note to understand that love requires attention and leisure. So take time to enjoy time together and make sure in entering sa relationship, you are ready enough na mahimo nimo priority ang imuha nga family or imuha nga partner. So like some of sa mga kabatan-unan karon kay mosulod sa relationship just for lingaw-lingaw lang, to enjoy, like uyabron, ugma bulag. So it's not healthy jud. So in entering a relationship, you should put in mind that you should be ready sa tanang na conflict na mahitabo sa mga sadness, happiness, ang mga struggles, and you should be accountable for that, and you should educate yourself na mahimo kang good enough or be the right one sa kana nga tawo. So do unto each other as you would have the others do unto you. So it's very important to be kind always. Like if you want others to treat you well, you should treat them well first. Choosing to be kind always, kinais kini siya og impact sa ato ang relationship, sa ato ang partners, sa ato ang family. So let's now proceed to the stress, coping, and conflict in relationship that will be discussed by my co-reporter, Miss Angeline Escarpe.
Good afternoon, I'm Angela Scarpe, and today I will discuss about the stress coping and conflict in relationship. So, all couples encounter conflict, and the resolution of this conflict depends on the level of security the partner feel in the relationship. So, ang conflict daw kuno is normal yun na siya, labi na sa manag-asawa or manag-uyab, kaya part man yun na siya sa sa relationship. Di man yun na mawala ng mga away-away. What most important is wala ninyo gi-avoid ng mga isyua or problemaha kundi yun sa ninyo pag-atubang mismo kamong duha. So, learning to express anger and dealing with conflict early in a relationship are challenges to be met rather than avoided. So, importante sa gudi ay nga kabalo sad ta mo express ato ang kasuko. Dili lang kay ilaom ra ni nato kay kung ilaom ra ni nato good kay mas muda ko pa gani siya nga problema ha. So, mas maayong isuraan nimo sa imong partner kaysa inyo paninglikay-likayan. So, expert advice, resolution, focus, coping, and direct expression of anger, such as passive, sabotage, and displacement. So, passive is mo ni ang mga tao nga hilig kaayo, mohilom ra og kalit, or mohilom ra og kalit nga himan-himan is nasuko na di ay nanay kalagot sa imuha. Then sabotage is kanang makaguba ni siya, makamaghimo ka og dili maayo nga butang makaguba sa inyong relasyon. So siya kanang like taking revenge sa imong partner baniha or kanang nag-cheat ba ka sa iyaha. And the last is the displacement. So displacement means kanang wala gay nato na lugar ang ato ang kapungot dito nato na pagawas sa laing tao. So dapat i-aware din jud na nato kay di na siya maayo sa imuha og sa imong partner og sa inyong relationship. Next is John Gottman, research on couples communication and conflict management. So si John Gottman is usa ni siya ka psychologist who spent studying about couples communication and why some relationship are succeed and others are fail. So through his research is diri niya na discover nga naay upat ka behavior. Muni siya atong gitawag nga the four horsemen of the apocalypse. So first is the contempt, second is criticism, third is defensiveness, and fourth is stonewalling. So contempt is usa ni siya ka destructive behavior nga nagpakita sa imuha nga walay respeto or kanang gibunuangan ra ka. So usa sa ni siya nga makaguba sa inyong relationship. So dapat aware jud ninyo. The next is criticism. So criticism means attacking your partner character instead of discussing the issue. The third is defensiveness. So defensiveness is usa sa ni siya sa sa relasyon kanang hilig kaayo mo kanang hilig kaayo mo defense lang ko galingon bisag ilahang sala diri na hinuon mapunta sa ato and then the last is the stonewalling. So stonewalling is relate ko ani kayo sa hay gani kanang feel na ko kay bugat na siya kan di na siya ako makaya is mo kuan gay ko kanang mo talikod or mo hawa ka di ko ganahan istoryaan or something na ana imbes unta nga istoryaan na unsay problema na ko kay mo pahawa na gay ko feel na ko bugat na guys siya. So mo na siya dapat kani siya nga kuan na is di jud ni siya maayo sa ka relasyon kay mahaguba ni siya. Next is tactic used by fight evaders. So, mo ni ang mga tao nga hilig kayo mong avoid sa conflict instead of facing them. So, first is leaving the house or the scene when the fight threatens. So, kanang mo ni ang mga tao nga hilig kayo mong biya sa balay or mo walk out if kabaw na silang awan na magsugod na sa nigkuan, storya din ana instead of istoryaan gay nila kay muhawa na hinuon sila. So next is turning sullen and refusing to argue or talk. So usa sad di siya kanang mukalitra og hilom pero himan-himan di ay is nasuko na. So instead of magstoryanay sila di na hinuon. So next is delaying arguments like I can't take it when you yell at me. So usa sad ni siya kanang mukalitra og ka-change topic gali like out of nowhere. So next is stating I can't take you seriously when you act this way. kanang dili nimo suriso, nimong uyab, mong away-away mo. Then next is using the hit and run like tactic of feeling complaint and leaving no time for a resolution. And the last is saying okay you win without meaning it. So kanang mukalatag ka nang moingon gay okay ikaw na good ikaw na daog pero wala day meaning gani unsa man jud sabot ani niya or nay uban like okay ikaw na good para mas muhunong na gani like ginanoon mo kuani kana mo samot ang away or uban pod ana kay kanang bisag sakit sa ilahang buot kay mingon na lang sila okay ikaw na daog so mga nin ana. So next is gender differences and communication. So the Deborah Stunning book suggests that men engage in rapport talk for conveying information while women engage in rapport talk for gaining or enforcing intimacy. So in Deborah Stunning book, men engage in rapport talk. So this kind of communication focus on giving info or stating some facts, while on the other hand, women engage in rapport talk. So this style is more about building relationship or building communication para mas mapaligon pa ang inyong relasyon. So next is working through conflict in a positive way. So there are 10 guidelines. So first is express anger directly and with kindness. It's important to communicate your feelings honestly but in a respectful way. Expressing anger calmly avoid escalating the conflict. Second is check out your interpretation of other behavior. So make sure you understand the other person correctly before reacting. Because misunderstanding often cause unnecessary conflict. Third is to avoid attack, use I statements, saying I feel instead of you always. So it helps you take responsibility for your feelings and avoid blaming the other person. Fourth is avoid mix or double messages. So you need to be clear and consistent in what you say and how you see it because mixed signals can confuse the other person and worsen the conflict. Fifth is when you choose time and place carefully. So timing and setting matter. Discuss issues when both parties are calm and in a private appropriate environment. So next is addressing a specific issues, ask for a specific change and to open to compromise. Next is be willing to change yourself. So you need to reflect on your own action, be open to making adjustment for the sake of the relationship. And next is don't try to win an argument. Next is be willing to forgive. And the last is end of the argument. So next is changing fighting habits. So the key to staying happily together is not avoiding conflict, but dealing with it openly and in supportive way. So ang sikreto sa malipayong relasyon is not avoiding conflict, but it's about facing the issue or the problems and also being honest sa usag-usa. So next is toward better couple and family communication. So first step is consciously recognizing how important the relationship is. So imo jung naon kung unsa jud ni ka importante ang inyong relasyon, jud nimo binuangan. So second step is setting realistic expectation about the relationship. So dapat mag-expect na jud kadaan nga wala jud ganang perfect nga relationship. Mag-agi ta sa mga kalisod, kasakit or kagool. And the third step is improving our own such as emotional intelligence. So dapat kabahos sad ta mo control sa atong emotion, di ta magpalabi pod. Next is ability and willingness to repair our moods. And the third is healthy balance between controlling rush and impulses. And the fourth is the sensitivity to the feelings and need of others. And the last is the relationship and family counseling. So it means the goal is to help them improve how they communicate, solve problem, and connect emotionally. Through counseling man god, makalearn sila of healthy communication techniques and ways to deal with conflict or challenges sa ilahang relationship. And that's all for our report. Thank you.